Gentlemen, ever find yourself pushing to the max, grinding relentlessly towards your goals? Well, you're about to dive into the subject of hustle culture, the drive to succeed, but at what cost? Let's get to the nitty-gritty. The concept of hustle culture is all about committing entirely to your ambitions. So, picture a scenario where someone asks a successful individual for the key to success, and in response, they get a metaphorical dunk underwater fighting for air, struggling until the brink of desperation. When they're finally released, they're told, when you desire success as much as you crave air, that's when you'll achieve it. Wow, right? But the truth is, that's the extreme mindset often celebrated today. Hustle culture can be empowering. It encourages you to test your limits, to strive beyond the average, to join the ranks of high performers who've worked tirelessly to reach their peaks. It's about putting in the blood, sweat, and tears to fulfill your dreams. I've been there, locking in 8 to 10 hour practice sessions, day in, day out, to realize my dream as a professional musician. That level of dedication is crucial to success, without a doubt. However, it would be irresponsible not to highlight the pitfalls. There's a mistaken belief that more hours mean more output, disregarding the law of diminishing returns. Putting in 70-hour weeks? You might be surprised to find you're not accomplishing much more than someone clocking 55. To press my point further, excessive hours can lead to burnout, making you less effective in the long run, like a battery that needs recharging. And if you're in a creative field, you'll want to pay attention. Studies and experts, like Ryan Holiday and Stillness is Key, suggest that high achievers often recharge through solitary activities, creating a mental space conducive to creativity. If your hustle means sacrificing this essential downtime, then it's a hustle that's counterproductive to your aspirations. Now, let's address the internal pressure that comes with these expectations, the toughest pressure to shake off. We set lofty goals, and with each passing year, as we strive to hit those targets, the internal pressure mounts. It's like a rising tide, and if we're not careful, it may just boil over. Another trap? Conditional self-worth. The notion that you're only as good as your achievements. It's binary: you're either a success or a failure, with little room for the wide spectrum of human experience. To mitigate these issues, consider this ridiculously simple tip: extend your time frames. That arbitrary deadline you've imposed on yourself to achieve X by age Y? It's exactly that arbitrary. Would hitting that $1 million mark at 35 instead of 30 really tarnish your life story? Doubtful. The gist of it is, while hustle culture has its advantages, it's not one size fits all. It's about finding an infinite game, something you pursue with such passion that the journey itself is rewarding, independent of the destination. Now, for a tangible piece of advice. If any of this content resonates with you, if you're seeking that balance between drive and wellness, why not put a thumbs up on this video and hit subscribe? It's a way to support the channel and ensure you don't miss out on transformative content. Before we cap off, consider the finite versus infinite games concept. The infinite game is ongoing. It's the relentless pursuit of your passions. It's what Bukowski meant when he said, "Find what you love and let it kill you." If you're playing an infinite game, you're not in it for the ending, you're in it for the love of the game. Gents, hustle wisely. Enjoy your pursuits, tap into that divine flow, and cherish the process. And remember, success isn't about escaping something later, it's about thriving in the here and now. What will be your next step after soaking in this wisdom? Will you adjust your hustle, aim for life balance, or perhaps keep charging ahead with newfound perspective? Drop a comment and let's keep this conversation going. If you found value in our discourse, a gratuity matching your gained insight is always appreciated. Links in the description. Until our next dialogue, maintain your bulldog mindset, embrace the divine masculine, and stay triumphant, gentlemen. Greetings, gentlemen. Imagine you're deep in conversation. Everything is flowing and then, bam, you hit a wall of awkward silence. No need to panic. Today, I'm going to arm you with a straightforward tactic that you can employ in literally any conversation to keep that dialogue thriving. Alright, I get it. The fear of a stalling conversation can be a real concern. It's like a well-oiled engine suddenly grinding to a halt, unnerving, to say the least. You're conversing, it's all unfolding seamlessly, and then silence hits like a curveball. Your heart races, and there it is, the dreaded awkward hang in the air. But worry not. What if I tell you, it doesn't have to be this way? I've navigated through a sea of dialogues, from live interviews with esteemed authors to keynotes in front of hundreds. And sure, I've faced my fair share of silent gaps. But over time, I've honed a strategy that's not only kept my conversations afloat but made them memorable. Consider a conversation not as a straight line with a start and finish but as a sprawling web with countless paths to explore. These are your offshoot points, or as I like to call them, conversational crossroads. Recognizing these can turn your chats into an endless voyage of discovery. Let's dissect a scenario. Someone expresses their dismay with Seattle becoming overcrowded due to the influx of tech workers. A dead end? Far from it. This statement is bursting with crossroads. You could dive into discussing the charm of Seattle, the claustrophobia of crowded cities, or even veer into the realm of tech culture. An example is just a sentence away from branching into several threads of engaging dialogue. Seattle not a fan of rainy weather? Overcrowded ever experienced a city that struck the perfect balance? Tech workers got thoughts on how tech is reshaping our cities. Isn't this fascinating? With each response comes an opportunity to journey down another conversational boulevard. If the dialogue dips, take a beat, find a pivot in their last statement, and watch the conversation blossom anew. One crucial piece of advice: get genuinely curious. That why can be a powerful tool in your conversation arsenal. It indicates interest and can lead to genuinely enriching discussions. Before we continue, if you're finding value in this video, do consider subscribing, giving a thumbs up, and ringing that notification bell. It helps in reaching goals and reaping the benefits discussed here. Now, let's carry on. But what about other common settings, like trying to keep a conversation going during a networking event, or even a date? Here's how to navigate work functions confidently. Instead of the bland "what do you do?" ask, "what projects are you passionate about?" This can ignite conversations about interests, aspirations, and more. Elevate small talk into meaningful interaction. Instead of commenting on the weather, why not share a personal anecdote related to the climate and then invite them to share theirs? It can lead to storytelling and a more profound connection. Deftly handle social gatherings. When discussing common subjects like food, travel, or entertainment, listen closely for those offshoot points. Oh, you love Italian cuisine? What's the most authentic dish you've tried? And throughout, remember the power of open-ended questions. They invite elaboration and show a genuine interest in understanding the person you're speaking with. In closing, remember that the key to a flowing conversation isn't just about talking. It's about connecting, listening, and picking up those conversational trails that can lead to uncharted, yet fascinating territories. Finally, if this video has provided you with valuable insights, consider expressing your appreciation with a tip. The link is in the description below, and your generosity will help fuel continued content creation. So gents, which of these strategies are you taking into your social arsenal? Do remember, conversations are like a compelling book. They are most intriguing when filled with unexpected twists and turns. Keep that dialogue dynamic, and until next time, embrace the power of words and live your life to the fullest. Farewell.